All right. Well, hey, y'all. My name is Willie Lawson. I am the chief bottle washer and host of the Morning Report on fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. I'm trying a new recording thing, but I wanted to speak to you about something I think that is extremely important because I'm starting to see a pattern. And if you watch these, this election cycles in America, you will see patterns develop over time, and there's definitely a pattern that is repeating itself, and it is the idea of inevitability. We saw that as the media and the political machine tried desperately to create an air of inevitability that Hillary Clinton was going to win the presidential election in 2016. Literally, all the talking heads on the radio, all the talking heads on TV, even the conservative talking heads were sort of licking their wounds and sort of holding their, pulling their collars up to weather the storm of at least 4 years of Hillary Clinton. However, as it turned out, and I think that the left is doing that again. I really do. I think the left is trying that again. But they're trying that with the help of Trump supporters. On the Republican side, there is an air of inevitability that Trump is going to win the Republican nomination for president. Now, remember, there's been not one primary, there's been not one vote cast. And I was on townhall.com and I was reading the comments. I gotta start reading the comments. Note to self, stop reading comments. And one of the comments was like, everybody else should just get out of the way now because Trump's won the primary. Because of what the polls said, because what a poll said, or the polls have been saying, or the polls have been reading. And my comment was, and I never comment on anybody else, I just never do. So you won't see a lot of Fightback Media commenting on websites, because I just don't do it all that often. But I'm like, have you folks forgotten 2016 entirely? Have you forgotten how wrong the polls were? Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten that they mean little or nothing now? And a lot of times they're just a device to create the air of inevitability. There is nothing that the Democrats would like more than to have Donald Trump win the Republican nomination. They would like nothing more, because whether they win or not, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. My crystal ball is out being cleaned. I can't tell the future. However, what I do know is that it makes it easy for them. He's an easy target. Absolutely simple, easy. Well, because the machinery of the talking points and all that stuff's already written. All you have to do is crank it up and throw more heat in. That's all you got to do. And the heat is at this point 4 indictments. Now, stop. I know the indictments are BS. I do. Stop it. Stop it with, well, the indictment is BS. I know. But we have to understand the strategies at play here as well. We have to understand the entire thing. We have to understand it holistically, the entire thing, of how the pieces are going to work, especially the pieces that are going to work against you. And now, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you not to vote for Trump. I'm not telling you to vote for Nikki Haley or Chris Christie. God, I am telling you not to vote for Chris Christie, though. I am telling you that. But anyway, here's the deal, though. We have to be really careful, and we should be extremely careful that we watch who the mainstream media, the CNNs, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the MSNBCs, all the three-letter networks, including Fox, tell you who to avoid. Even Fox is saying that the candidate that's getting the most grief that's of a candidate that's not been indicted is Ron DeSantis. Now, I personally, full disclosure, I will support Ron DeSantis in the Florida primary. Full disclosure, I will. It's my plan. Unless something happens between now and then, that's my plan. Now you can do whatever the heck you want because you're going to. I can't stop you from doing whatever the heck you want to because you're going to. You always have and you always will. But look who the media is either on the Republican side either leaving alone or saying may be a good idea. Who's getting pushed? Who's getting pushed in a favorable fashion? You have to, and I know it's terrible, isn't it? That you have to ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. And then make a decision from whatever you find out. Make a decision from there. I've said this for years on this program and others, that the left, the best part about the left is that they will always tell you who they're afraid of. They will. They will always tell you. There is no doubt that they are terrified of Donald Trump. There is no doubt that they are terrified, even more so maybe, of Ron DeSantis. They have told you that they don't give a rat's butt about Nikki Haley. They don't. They don't care about Nikki Haley. There's no big campaigns against Nikki Haley. There's no New York Times articles. There's no CNN exclusives. There's no indictments. There's nothing. There's no lawsuits. Why? It isn't because she agrees with them necessarily, but they know that she's not a threat. I like Nikki Haley, but she's not a threat. She's just not. Let's just be real. The only threats that the Democrats and the leftists have are Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. Chris Christie is not a threat to them. They want some Chris Christie because they know that Republicans don't want Chris Christie. And to the point, it will be hard to go to the polls and to the general election in next November, and hold our nose and cast a ballot for Chris Christie. Because that would be like casting a vote for Mitt Romney or anybody attached to the Lincoln Project, right? And they know that the amount of Republican participation, especially from a fundraising standpoint, would be nil. It'd be an easy win. So they want that to happen. Friends, I can't tell you what to do, but if I can implore you that the enemy is not on the inside this time around. The enemy is on the outside. Stay focused on the enemy. I use that word on purpose because in the book, and I think I have a copy over there. I think I have a copy of that book. I don't. Crap. Oh, there it is. Here, it's right here. Sorry. It's right here. This book right here. Zelensky refers to his political opponents as enemies. Not just people they disagree with, not opponents, but enemies. The enemies are here. The enemies are here. Keep focused on the enemies. My name is Willie Lawson of FightbackMedia.com, 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 and FightbackMediaTV.com. Till we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, please take care of yourselves. We will see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.